Well, Andrew Rossow is the CEO at AR Media Consulting, and he joined me earlier to speak about Netflix going into the video gaming world, but also the new trend that is taking Instagram by storm.
This is an interesting move by Netflix because as a media company who's known primarily for movies and TV shows is now penetrating a really, really large, heavy market in entertainment. So this is a huge move and a huge hire from Facebook, bringing in the head or former head of the AR and VR segment here. So it's big.
Indeed it is, and I mean they just keep continuing to grow, don't they? And they're hiring a former Electronic Arts and Facebook exec to lead this push. What do you think the thoughts were behind that move?
I think this was a move in the making for a couple years now. And I think as early as 2019 that Netflix started talking about getting into this gaming sector, right? When you have games like Fortnite and the choose your own adventure type movies, right? This brings us into a new age of immersive content all from our homes. So I think this hire is a really smart one, and I think a move that was anticipated for quite some time.
What do you think this means for Netflix as a business more broadly as well?
It can start competing and seriously competing, right? Because you have Amazon and Microsoft and these companies that have started their own gaming ecosystems on their own native platforms for quite some time. So now with Netflix coming in, it's not messing around, right? And for a while now, Fortnite has been a major concern for companies like Netflix because of the popularity, because of the accessibility of this technology.
Will we see other streaming giants move in a similar way now, or what's the next step in this space? Because it feels like a constant evolving competition between your Amazons and your Netflix. It's continuing, isn't it?
You're absolutely right, and we're seeing it with cable and streaming platforms right now. The race to cut the cord has inadvertently and ironically brought us back to a scenario of what cable originally was: is how many platforms and accounts do I have to be caught up to not have that fear of missing out? So I think from this perspective, for a platform and a business like Netflix, I think this really puts it on an equal level playing field and saying, look, we're not going to leave consumers behind, but it does present some challenges for consumers at home who have to keep paying the big bucks to maintain these services.
Yeah, and it's such a difficult choice, isn't it? Which one do I go for? What's offering me the most at that given time? And each month it just keeps changing. What's next for Netflix? I mean, this is a huge move by them, moving into the gaming space. But what do you predict is next for them as well?
Just leaving off with the gaming, will they charge a separate fee or subscription fee for access to that content, or will they keep prices stagnant? And I think with this move into gaming, it opens up Netflix more and more to the world of augmented reality, virtual reality, and the world beyond our own within cyberspace. So I think this is a really, really exciting step forward to see how our world of media and technology can continue to live together and take us to that next level.
Definitely agree with you there. Andrew, I've got to ask you this question before we wrap things up. There's a new trend taking over Instagram. Now, this is a story that's come out just today that 700,000 users have used the term photo dump in the last month. And now that refers to users uploading, a bunch of photos all at the same time and referring to it as a photo dump. And it's basically making Instagram in general a lot more casual again and a lot less filtered. Do you think the pandemic has shifted towards the attitude of more casual on social media?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, inadvertently, because you had people at home who either did not want to be home or were accustomed to this lifestyle of how do I keep myself entertained? What do I do to maintain some sort of level of interactivity with those around me? And I think with this trend of the photo dump, it allows us to take a step back and have that appreciation for the smaller things in life or just for the world around us. And it's refreshing, quite honestly.
I agree with you. I think, gone are the days of where you're seeing everyone who looks just so perfect or completely airbrushed. I mean, it's not realistic, is it? So I think people as well are really craving that authentic and real and relatable content.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, we all are a walking product of some sort or a walking brand. And sometimes we forget to just be ourselves online, that it's okay to be raw, that it's okay to be vulnerable, and that it's okay to just at times not be okay. And I think this trend just brings us back to where we started, as you said, as we began this.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on to Ticker to give your insight on this. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much for having me.